Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and to the Bayis Shadabadah, the house of David. I'm Ayah Shatad, with men of valor, Las Vegas camp, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back, you're the true children of Israel that the Bible speaks of. Salvation belongeth unto you, and you alone. All right, first and foremost to the 144,000 elect men, then the multitude of the men, women, and children who believe upon the true testimony of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, but I don't have a lesson put together today, but the Spirit was just on me just to open the book, all right, and read and do a lesson on the first thing that I opened up to. All right, and we're going to start here in the book of John, and it's going to be the Gospels according to John. All right, and it's going to be chapter 1 and start here at verse 1. Right, and then it reads, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the power, and the Word was the power. All right, so in the beginning the Word was with God, and the Word is God. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is the Word, the living Word. Okay, continuing on. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. So Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh ordained Yahweh Shai to be the first power after Himself. All right, Yahweh Shai is the only begotten Son of the Father. All right, then the first fruits of the Spirit, the Elohim, all right, that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has set up. Every man in their lot. Every man doing what it is that they were called and supposed to do. You see, the grace and the mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has for His nation is the love that He continues to show, is the love from the beginning. The fact that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai thought enough to think about us, to make us a people and put His name on us alone. All right, and how much more that He gave His only begotten Son, the first one that He thought of, all right, to bring His nation back, to put His nation in subjection unto Him, and to make us as He is, perfect. Continuing on. In Him was life, and in life, it's like in the life was the light of man. You see, all these other nations walk in utter darkness. All these other nations don't have the ability to receive the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, especially in these days and times. Yeah, other nations might hear brothers out on the highways and byways speaking and preaching and teaching, all right, but they can't take heed to the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, ultimately because the light and the breath was not given unto them. These other nations are just floating along, waiting for the Israelites to get back in power, whether they know it or they don't. They're waiting for the manifestation of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Salakia, to show themselves first, all right, but show themselves through their people, their nation. The glory and the majesty of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is beyond measure, even for us who are Israelites. So how much more for a heathen nation? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai says these nations shall, matter of fact, let me just go ahead and get it. This is how these nations receive their blessing. Okay? Just lock it. This is the book of Genesis. Salakia. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27. Salakia. All right, Salakia. This is the back book of Genesis, chapter 27. And let's go ahead and start at verse 28, and it reads, "Therefore the power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and the plenteous of corn and wine." All right. And this is, as you read, it is Jacob's blessing. Continuing on, "Let the people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee." All right, so all these other nations receive their blessings by being obedient unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai's word. And his word is that the nation of Israel is his people, his elect, his chosen. The nation of Israel is the lawgivers to the other nation, to the other nations, Salakia. All right, it is after the way of the Israelites that you must follow, that you must incline your ear unto. All right, and let's, matter of fact, go ahead and get it. This is going to be here in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4. And let's start at verse 5, and it reads, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land wherewith ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all the statutes and say, Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people." Right? So Yahweh Shem Yahushai has given us that which is to rule, that which is to put all nations in subjection through the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai as a heritage. The blessing that these other nations can receive is only by them being obedient unto the nation of Israel, so that they can perform and rehearse the righteous acts through the way that the Israelites are teaching them, which we learn and which we understand is our heritage from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That has set us apart, that has made us separate, that has made us holy. Continuing on, verse 7, and it reads, "For what nation is there so great, who hath the power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so nigh unto them, as Yahweh, our power, is in all things that we call upon him for." All right, so Yahweh Shem Yahushai has made all subject unto his power, all subject unto his nation. The world is groaning. Perilous times, troublous, detrimental, deceitful, and dark days are ahead. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is giving you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back, giving you a opportunity. 40 plus years have you had the opportunity to receive this word in this day and this time, as we have come out of utter darkness, from Abba Bivens, all right? Hey, waking up to the truth, marrying the Old Testament and the New Testament, all right? Through our head apostle, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakah, Apostle Ramla, the elders and the bishops, all the way down to the newest brother. As our elders, starting with Apostle Tahar, has made this a plain upon tables. refining the doctrine to bring out even more truth as Yahweh Bashem Yahushai reveals it unto him. That his testimony, all right, of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai stand faithful and true. This is the book, going back to the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 5, and it reads, "And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not." Right, the light has shined in the darkness. But the difference is, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has allowed us to comprehend. In this dark day, in this dark place, when Abba Bivens woke up, we had woke up out of the darkness. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai allowed the seals of the book to be open, allowed us to receive that of his spirit. All right, and if you can receive it, hey, Abba Bivens came, all right, who he was before was John the Baptist. All right, his pre-incarnation, before, all right, before he came as Abba Bivens, all right, he was John the Baptist. Goes to say, verse 6, "There was a man sent from the power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, whose name was John." All right, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai requires those things of past. All right, that same lot. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get it. It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14 and verse 32, and it reads, "And the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets." So this is the same spirit. All right, Abba Bivens was that same spirit. All right, that John the Baptist, all right, came to herald in the truth before the coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, to release the gospel and the good news through the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right, to help bring us back into the mercy and the grace and the love of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Continuing on, verse 7, and it reads, "The same came from a witness to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe." So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai allowing Abba Bivens, all right, first and foremost, waking up to this truth to our head apostle now, Apostle Tahar, all right, to refine, to reveal deeper, darker meanings and mysteries, starting with the head apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakah, Apostle Ramah, the elders and the bishops, all the way down to the newest brother, to refine, to teach and to preach the word and the testimony of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai without guile, without deceit, making their bodies a living sacrifice. That the light in your mind, that your mind will no longer be in utter darkness. That the light of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai may shine upon you. That you may navigate through the world with understanding, wisdom, and knowledge, in judging things correctly and spiritually. Verse 7, and it reads, He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light." Right. And Abba Bivens was sent to bear witness of the light of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The testimony first started with Abba Bivens and the men that were under him. All right. The men who stayed in the faith. Then going to Apostle Tahar and the men that are under him and those who stay in the faith. It all bears witness of the light of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, bringing us up from those dry bones in the valley, keeping us out of the way of darkness, but having us on the path to follow the light of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I'm going to read verse 8 again, and it reads, he was not that light, right? So Abba Bivens was just a light, but he wasn't the light. All right? He was a light to lead us, like Apostle Tahar is a light to lead us. The other apostles, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Rakah, all right? The elders and the bishop, all right? There are lights to lead us into the way, to be edified, to be corrected, to be chastised at times. But all that we receive, the love of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Verse 9, and it reads, that was true light, which lighteth every man that cometh unto the world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. You see, if you continue in this world and you're going after the things and only focus on this world, if you're going after wayward doctrine, believing on fables, believing on Christianity as it stands today, the pulpit pimp, all right, modern day Christianity, all the Catholicisms, all the BS. If you're following IUI Can't See, Sakari, Genesis, whoever, all right, if they teach not the 100% truth coming out of GMS, the light is not with them. It is a false doctrine, and it is leading you astray. Verse 10 again, and it reads, he was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. He came unto his own, and his own received him. Salakia, and his own received him not. Right. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, will not receive Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. 2/3 of the nation of Israel can't understand why we brothers will sacrifice our time, our bodies, our love, all right? While we will sacrifice everything for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, for the opportunity to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in truth, honesty, and sincerity. Because the spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. We know nothing else. We want nothing else but to please Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to walk after the manner which we are destined. And Lord willing, I be of that number. You brothers out there, be those men. All right? Verse 12, and it reads, but as many as receive him, to them give he power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name. All right? To believe on the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in truth, honesty, and sincerity is to have faith. Is to have hope. If it's just a grain of a mustard seed, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said that's all you need. So how much more can we ask for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? How much more can we ask to be able to do for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? How much more faith can we ask for? How much more mercy and grace can we ask for through the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? That he impart more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, more discipline in us. All right? Salakia, once again, this wasn't a lesson that I put together. It was just Hey, off the cuff, Lord willing, it was uplifting and edifying. I want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, and to the Baishah Dabadat, the house of David. To the next time, Amaya Shatat and Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, Wa, Abal, Shalom.